In the top right of the map, we have our orange Zerg player. It is none other than Anticitizen from Team Swanky.
And on the bottom left, we have our yellow, also Zerg player. Team Felicity. It is Probe.
I have a feeling. Oh, he made a macro key for. Okay.
He made a macro key for good luck, have fun. Very nice.
That's a bit obnoxious, but all right then. Good luck, have fun, but it's like capsed.
It's like reversed. Very good. Oh, little BM banter. See that carries over.
You're. I feel like they both tripped. All right. It's like you're watching a game of Brawl, and then
they hit that invisible.
Two of the highest level players come running at each other. They both trip, and they're like, "Nintendo, why?" Except in our case, it's not Nintendo. It's just brain.
That was such a strange mechanic. I don't. Is it going to be returning for Smash 24?
No, to be honest, I think most people just used modded versions and took it out of the game entirely anyway.
I mean, I really appreciate trying to mix things up, but I'm not sure that was... Uh-oh. Lag 1 sec, please. Okay. Little lag on Probes in, I suppose.
Okay, so far what we're looking at here doesn't include anything particularly weird. Nobody's going for early pool. However, actually looks like they're both doing the exact same thing, even at the exact same amount of minerals right now.
Yep, and Anti sending a drone out there to the natural, so maybe he's going to expand.
Game resumed.
3.
3 works enough for me. Excellent.
2-1. Okay. Oh shit, sorry.
Alright, so they both did expand at exactly the same time.
Yeah, build's still pretty much essentially identical. And this may not change, actually, for a while.
Yep, they both dropped the pool at the same time.
Grabbing probes. Anti seems to be slightly faster on everything, actually. From what I can tell here.
Yep, spending his minerals.
Which, honestly, this is the sort of thing we can expect given their conversation before the game started. It sounded a little bit like Anti's been practicing pretty consistently. Probe's kind of fallen off a little bit. And this is where we're most likely going to see it, is just tiny little things like this, especially if they're running the same build. Anti will be just slightly ahead. Now, the thing is, in this matchup, stuff dies so fast that if it gets to a certain point, that may not matter a tremendous amount. But as time goes on, though, those tiny little advantages build up.
Oh, Overlord spotting that drone on the way here to scout for Anti.
It looks like Probe's broken off a little bit of the kind of macro production train a little early. It's throwing in 2 lings. And that's kind of the only difference. Otherwise, Overlords, Queens, everything's the same.
They're going to find a scout drone. Scout drone's going to say, nope! And he's going to end up dying anyway, because he's not very fast.
Nah, he gets an idea of what's going on. He sees the lings at the front. So he gets the impression I'm facing somebody who's doing the exact same thing as me. And he should be pretty happy about that, given what we talked about already.
For sure, for sure. Anti doing well, keeping the energy down on his queens, making sure the larva's in place, dropping some gas. 2, in fact. Make that 4.
So from your perspective, when you look at these two play, we've already seen them play 2 other series. What are you expecting to happen?
Anti likes to hold out for 2-base play, as far as Mutalisks are concerned. And Probe, honestly, I'm not entirely sure what he likes to do. We've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen aggression, seen him hold back for macro. It's been mostly macro games, surprisingly. So I honestly don't know what he'll be going for, but it's possible that Anti's going to hit up some Mutalisks. He's most comfortable with that. Does it very well. Aside from that, I don't know. We'll have to see what the series has to bring to the table.
Hmm. From my perspective, these two are often kind of evenly matched. I mean, but the end results tend to be almost kind of one-sided. Like, I think on the first weekend, Probe was able to win pretty hard, and then Anti took it. And basically, even though they're kind of close, momentum seems to really favor one person or the other. I'm not sure if either of these two guys are necessarily what I would call big comeback people.
Yeah, you're right.
I think this first game could end up being incredibly important.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like throwing two Mike Tysons in the ring against each other, seeing which one runs out of steam first.
Essentially.
Fighting from the back
Now,
foot.
here's an incredibly large difference in their games right now. We have Roach Warren just finishing up, huge amount of bank that just got shoved into Roaches. Not quite enough gas to get that all spent, but kind of compensate for that a little bit. So Probe is looking to get across the map and make some aggression, slow down his opponent. Meanwhile, Anticitizen is doing something similar, starting to grab some of his own units, but he looks like he's going up into Mutalisks instead. Might need a few more than 2 spine crawlers though.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything. Doesn't have anything here to stop these roaches.
Nope, he sees it coming. The problem is this is going to be a little bit too late, I think. He's going to at least, if he doesn't start throwing down more defenses, he's more than likely going to at least lose the natural in an attempt to get this set up. Well, he does block off the lings, which is a good start.
And
well, was a good start. 2 spine crawlers here will slow this down a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near enough to actually halt the tide. Lings coming out also again to delay a little bit. But 40 Lings, then he's grabbing the Baneling Nest. Looks like he's not going to be able to utilize the Mutalisks for a while.
Yeah, unfortunately. Doesn't have the mountain time. 40 Lings pop. Gonna try and get a good surround on these roaches.
Still slow Lings, though. Yeah, he can't save the natural, I don't think, which is going to be pretty rough, because as time goes on, it's just going to mean he simply will not be able to keep up with the production of Probe. He needs to make something happen here real soon. Or not.
Anti taps out.
And Probe takes game 1. Remember, this is a best of 5, so we will be here for a little while. This is still just the first game.